Neil Armstrong said, "Research is creating new knowledge." Edward Deming said, "Innovation comes from the producer, not from the customer." Hello, I am Juan Navarro, this is Advanced Quality Programs, and I invite you to explore the quality philosophies to apply them to our lives. Today, we are going to talk about the launch management, which is the last stage in the advanced quality project planning. The ramp-up, as it is called in different industries, coordinates and manages all activities related to the start of the serial production, from the period of making the first prototypes until the production of goods or services that will be offered to the customer. Commonly, the launch phase is identified in the planning of the project by marking on the calendar the date known as SOP, start of production. Using the product life cycle as a reference, this is the phase that marks the transition from the end of the product process development to the start of the commercial production. Before concluding the development phase and focusing on achieving the production volumes according to the market demands, all critical features are monitored for a limited period of time, and the production results are reviewed against the information from the development to prevent errors from happening once the mass production starts. Even when the development process is well organized and effective, only the daily production will be able to reveal variations in the process parameters, the tear and wear off of the equipment and manufacturing instruments, differences in the production volumes, changes on the demands and needs of the personnel at the operation, variations on materials, and so on. This period will work as the firewall that catches all possible flaws that the development may have had and help to secure the availability of the necessary components for the product or service to succeed once the high volumes are achieved. An additional benefit of this phase is that the results from the planning become more transparent and help to minimize the manufacturing costs. Why is this called ramp-up? Well, ramp-up is a term used in economics and business that describes an increase in the production that anticipates the increase of the demand of a new product or service in the market, and the increase describes the period that goes from the fabrication of the first unit until the maximum production capacity is achieved. This period involves the improvements on the process and the product. The ramp-up curve will be drawn in a chart that shows the increase of the amount of parts against the time. The ramp-up period is limited to a period of time that will allow the processes to achieve a self-regulating process maturity. With this goal in mind, it is recommended to plan this considering between 3 and 6 months to observe all sources of variation in the production and to help to prevent errors. The next questions can serve you as a guide to focus on the ramp-up to be successful. First, are all process inputs known and controlled? Second, are all processes and parameters under control? Third, are all functions that contribute to the process identified? Fourth, are all the inputs of material available to support the production? 5. Are all controls in place to confirm that the production is effective? 6. Do the results of the production process correspond to the requirements? 7. Are the specifications and controls plans complete? 8. Are all critical features accomplished? 9. Is the amount of defective materials kept low? 10. Is the staff able to fulfill all operations? And finally, are the machinery and equipment able to accomplish the demand volumes? These questions will indicate you when improvements to the project documentation are needed. A good project manager usually plans a regular review of these elements even after the series start to ensure that the results are kept. They will update the plan and they also will learn from the practice and use these lessons in the subsequent projects. Finally, when it is confirmed that the process stability has been accomplished in both the production and the product, the process can be signed off and you can celebrate with your team the success of the project. That was all for this week. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like. I will appreciate all of your comments and your subscription to the channel. I will leave you with a quote from Vince Lombardi. Practice does not make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect. Don't forget to hit the bell and see you next week.